Hey, Steven. How's it going, buddy? Just out at Pete's doing my live tonight. Because then I don't have to pay all those gigabytes on it, so those gigabytes can gigabyte me. Hey, Jeff. Schlisa, how you doing? It's good, Steven. Hey, Wisconsin. How's it going, Don? Mike, Brian, DCP, how's it going? Good evening. Smash that like button for me. Hey, Jordan. Charles. Hey, Evie. Glad you could make it. I'm glad you all could make it. Thank you, HLT Farms. Rob Dawson, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for the bag and the gloves. That was awesome. Hey, Pooler. WVW, how you doing, buddy? It's going good, man. You know what? Last night I was skinning dogs. Since Monday, last night I took two more wood ticks off these dogs. I know it's cold and everything, but I did a little checking into it, and I guess they'll hang on a dog without biting them just to stay warm for the winter time. And now they're coming off, and I don't like wood ticks. Hey, Rich, Herman, Blue Healer, how's it going, guys? I get talking here and I tend to miss some comments, so don't get mad at me. Wood ticks, yeah, hey? Isn't that something? I reached back and had one back here and I went, what the hell? And I pulled it off and wood tick. Hey, Timberline, how you doing, brother? No, I haven't caught a red coyote. I've caught some really brownish red ones, but... Hey, Ronnie, how you doing, buddy? Shauna, glad you could make it. Steve, Ray, Richard, Dave, everybody's here. Nice. Cheers, everybody. Saturday night. All of us without a date. How could I get a date, though? That's funny. There's 11 people in my town, so there's not ever a chance that over a dozen people hate me there, so... I don't like wood ticks. I'm really lucky I can feel those little buggers so they don't get a chance to bite me. I haven't been bitten in forever. Thank you, Aaron. That's awesome, buddy. Great. Oh, yesterday's video lecture. Yeah, it was a good day, man. I tell you, I would have been happy just finding all my shit I dropped, but off to work. Sorry about that, man. I'm gonna have to go back to work pretty soon too. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm getting kind of used to my life on the trap line. But it's been really mild here. It's melted like crazy. It's gonna be hard getting around out there now. All right, Evie, thanks for popping in. Yeah, I found everything I lost as far as I know. I hope I found it all. Because when I come up on those three things in the snow, I abandoned my trail. I probably should have stuck on it for a little while longer, but at least I never lost any Bridger 5s or anything like that. They're heavy enough that they don't bounce like the other stuff does, so. Thanks, Steven. There are some really beautiful coyotes out here. Thank you, Boldo boy. God bless you too, man. I don't know about that, John. I just know that I feel those little buggers. Hey, how's it going, Brad? Glad you can make it, man. Wild Bill, how you doing? Scott, it was a good day. Snow's really hard, and when you hit those drifts, you bang hard, but some of them will launch you, because you don't see them till you're right on top of them either, so guys should probably just slow down, but yeah, I'm not much for slowing down. Hey, Super Duper. Cheers right back at you. I never did have a drink that first cheers. What do you put over? Oh, it's just a ripped up piece of towel. It's just to absorb any oil dripping off the skin. Or thank you, Shalisa. any oil dripping off the skin, I just, it absorbs it. So, and sometimes the head, when I have to execute them there, there's blood and clotting, and I'll put that rag on there, and it just sucks it right up. So it's not paper towel or anything; it's just old ripped up hand towels, rags. That's all they are. Some are sweat, some are towels. So Reaper Militia, how you doing, brother? Hey, 50. Stuart, how are you doing, buddy? Guys, don't be afraid to smash that like button. I like the likes too. Hi, Georgia. Blue. Well, I thought I saw Blue Healer. No, that's Reaper saying Blue Healer. Uh-oh. There you go. Oh, you know what? That's a matter of preference. I do mine head up, but I put them at over a 45-degree angle too. So everybody, you know what? Northern Trapper puts his nose down, and I can see that. I really can. But with that rag that I use, I tuck it in the top of the tail too, so it doesn't. The oils don't drip down the tail. It absorbs all that. So, Steven, I still haven't got my new phone yet, so I can't even use my GoPro. I'm thinking Monday I'm gonna go do all of that. Tomorrow's another check day, so and with this mild weather, it could be full of rams tomorrow. You never know. Not as far as I know, Josh. I don't hear anything about it, but there you go. Brad just said it's illegal to use dogs up here. And then Stuart says they do in Ontario, so we still don't know what's going on. Yeah, 50, I'm glad I did too. How about some pocket tees? I'm not sure I know what you mean. Pocket t-shirts or... I'm not even sure, Jeff. I know they have them at the rendezvous, or pardon me, at the convention every year. Now I'm over double that already, Stuart. I've only had one with mange, three with shoulder mites, and two that were destroyed by the birds. So just 6 throwaways this year out of all my dogs. Last year, at the end of the year, I ended up with 44 of them in the pit. So it really helps getting rid of them, you guys. So, oh, excuse me. Yeah, that'd be cool having a drone so I didn't have to walk so much to check the area. Hi, Brandon. Yeah, you never know. This weather is crazy, so I don't know. And I go out from day to day. I don't know if I'm going to catch 8 or none. Well, I've only been shut out of dogs 5 times this year, but luckily I caught other fur on those days. So, and that's a lot of checks. I think this live tonight is my 65th upload of this year, so almost double of my biggest year so far. No, they don't, Scott. They're horrible things. Huh. That's a good idea, putting my logo on the pocket, but the thing about these shirts that I wear here is they have my, I don't know what you call it. They put it in the machine, all the measurements and everything, and it's there, so it doesn't cost. Thank you, Trapper Jay. How you doing, little brother? It doesn't cost anything to get another 100 printed out other than the price of the shirts. At first, it cost like $100 for them to set the machine, but now they have it set so that they just punch in the whatever. I'm not going to try and sound like I know anything about t-shirts, but yeah, wasn't that something? Right by the bottom mouth. You know what, you guys? One thing I didn't show you on that, but you can see it on the video if you look carefully. His front leg was smashed to shit, and he was missing all of his paw from his dew claw down. So he must have got hit by a vehicle or something before, or gotten, I don't know. But his leg was smashed to pieces. There wasn't a bone in there right up to the shoulder, so I cut their front legs off below the elbows there when I before I skinned them with an axe and a 2 pound sledgehammer. And I noticed when I pulled it out there, one leg was about 5 inches shorter, 6 inches shorter than the other, and I had a good look at him. And yeah, bugger had I don't know, probably got hit by a car or something. It doesn't look like a trap, so. But it was already healed on the end and everything, so it was something happened a while ago, so. Hi, Rick. How's everything up in E-Town? TPF. Nice. I like those big 60-pounders plus ones. I got a few of those this year. Oh, I don't know, Wild Bill. I'm running between. See, the CEO has 10 of my Rams too, so I'm running about 6 dozen right now. Somebody else asking about caught him by the mouth. Yeah, you know what? He was probably the snare might have been a little low, and he was had his mouth open and took the top of the snare, is what I think. Because he wasn't caught around the nose; it was right around the bottom jaw. So, and behind his canine teeth there, so that's probably what held him there. Hey, Trapper Forever, how's it going, man? Glad you could make it. I haven't been to Edmonton in a while. Just about 4 years now. Yeah, his teeth were holding him in there. There was no jump stick on that one, Rob. That was just set on an open trail. I get my shirts made at Crown in Estevan. They're pretty darn good there, so. And the hats, too. They embroidered those hats, so. They're not a stencil or a sticker. That's an embroidered logo on them. They're beautiful hats. I've never heard one person complain about those hats that's got one. Yeah, you know what, Richard? All four of those dogs are damn near top lot dogs from the other day, so I would say that was a good $600+ day, that one. Who knows? Maybe we'll have another Ford out there. Something when I walked up to Sawyer's there, I thought I maybe had a deer kick the shit out of everything, and bam, two dogs. And they were only about 8 feet apart, so. $119 people on here. Hey, Michael, how you doing, buddy? Son of a gun, me, eh? Yeah, we do have coy wolves up here. I've caught them before. Hello from Newfoundland. Or hello to Newfoundland. I'm in Saskatchewan, but. Hey, Dirt Nap. Just kicking back, having a Bud Light, one of Pete's beer. I cut him off. He drank too many last night. I think he drank 15 out of that case, so he's laying on the couch right now resting. Kids are all split up there. They're not going to bug him. Hell, I'm not going to bug him. It's going to be sore tomorrow. He was out skidooing first time this year, so. Nice, good luck on that calling. Yeah, you know what? You'd think so, Trapper Forever, but I like Canadian. This rice beer, well, I'm not going to complain because you'll just say, don't have it then. Yeah, so. But I do like Canadian. Hey, Chris. Yeah, you guys are awesome. I've told you that before. I can't get over how my subs are climbing, and oh, you guys do not want to see triple nickel on whiskey. You're not ready for that yet. Hmm. Oh, yes, of course they have. I get lots of cranks on here, and a lot of times I answer them back, and then I think, well, that maybe isn't the best thing that you can say to somebody on social media. So then I just erase the whole damn thing. But yeah, I do say some pretty rude comments back to them. It's like I said, they haven't got a clue, but yet they have all the answers. So they don't know what we do out here. I'm not out in the bush trying to kill everything that moves. So, and that's what they think. Yeah, we got them here too, Michael. Like I say, I've caught them before. They are some big dogs. And whereas you catch a coyote, he don't want nothing to do with you. He'll try and stay away. These coy wolves will attack you when they're in a trap or a snare. They are very mean and quite a bit bigger than the coyotes. I have posted pictures of some, and there's one, his head's beside a 5 gallon pail, and he's damn near as big as that 5 gallon pail. Yeah, they get bigger than that, buddy. Got that right, TPF. Doesn't matter if they know what they're talking about or not, they just keep talking. Yeah, do you harvest them, Rob? At least do you skin them up or what? Because I'm getting sick of pulling birdshot out of my coyotes, and I pulled a 22 shell out of one's head the other day. And if you're not harvesting them, you're just a trigger happy hot rod duck hunter, as far as I'm concerned. If you're gonna shoot it, then harvest it. Hey, hello, Florida. How you doing, Jeff? Reaper, I'll take your word for it, buddy. Is it because of the length away from your zipper it is, or? Hey, thanks for stopping out, Boldo boy. Hey, Indiana. Wow, here they go. No, no, I cut them, laying them down on I got a chopping block, and I just set the axe where I want it, give it a chop, hang them back up for a while. I got pizza boxes and stuff and cardboard on the floor, and I just hang them up for a while. There's no blood after that. That's exactly right, Chuck. If it wasn't for taking those 44 last year, it would be 80 this year that would be sick already. And deer, man, there's deer out here. You can't go out in the bush without shaking out deer. The way I was sitting here last night too, looking out that window, and tonight it's a lot darker in those fields than it was last night. It's supposed to snow tonight, but I don't know. It's going to be tough getting around if this keeps up. I'm going to have to bring my own snow. I don't know. Well, Trapper J told me that would work, and it ain't working now. Wonder if I touched the wrong button. There we go. Yeah, you know what? I was pretty impressed with that myself, Michael. Like I say, I was walking up, I thought maybe a moose or a deer or something kicked the crap out of it, so it was nice. Very nice. Two very nice dogs there too. That one that was still alive, beautiful dog. Maybe I'd like to sneeze wrong tonight then, Reaper, because we need a little bit more snow here so I can finish the year. Dogs still look really good, and I don't want to stop until they start fighting and biting the shit out of each other, or losing clumps of hair, or wooling up, or The males will bite the shit out of the females on the back end and all those tooth marks. It's Hey little brother, how you doing, Danny? Yeah, they're beautiful right now. I mean, I kind of thought they would have been slipping by now, but no, they're beautiful. Hey, Steve. Hello, Mississippi. Thank you, John Hall. Well, thanks for stopping in, buddy. Another guy that's working. That's horrible. Trapper Jay had a live feed there last night, and he was sober, and it was just, compared to the other ones, it was horrible. Horribly boring. You're way much more interesting when you're hammered, Jay. I'm just kidding, little brother. It was good. Hey, Jerry, from how's Michigan treating you? And Louisiana. We got them from all over here. I know Jay's from Missouri. What's the count up to? 73 likes. Hit that like button. 182 furs. What's the money? Man, that goes by quick. We've killed some damn close, I believe you. I had no reason to lie to anybody. Never have been a liar, so. Oh, you got that right, Richard. I think if I was you, I'd probably be having one right at work. I'm hoping I hit 200. That was kind of my mark this year. I'm 18 short, but if things go good, that's only 3 or 4 checks away, right? Getting pretty tired again, so. Oh, damn, I forgot I'm not allowed to smoke in Pete's house. Pete, can I have a smoke in your house?
Why? You can do it though.
Don't be like that.
Drinking my beer.
Yes, it's actually my beer. When I open it and put my mouth on it, it's my beer. It's no longer, it ceases to be your beer. I think that if I hit this button here, you won't even notice, so. I think I'm doing pretty damn good. It's like 23 minutes already without one. Oops, sorry guys. I was just conversing with my little brother Peter. Thanks God, I think I'll hit 200 too. You know what? The weasels in this warm weather will be moving too, and it don't take a very big heavy load of those to make 18 of them. Hey Dale, thanks for coming out. Chips of Steel. You ever remember catching dog bottom jaw? Nope, that's the first bloody time I ever had that happen. First time. And I think if he would have had 2 front legs that both worked, he might have been able to break out of there, but because it was a coyote ram too, it wasn't a wolf master, so. Well, you possession is 9/10 of the law, but you guys remember in the beginning of the year, I walked up to that one and he had the caught by a front paw, and when I came back, he was all buggered up with his paw over his head like this, and I went to shoot him in the forehead, and I shot the breakaway, and away he went. I did catch him later too, but. Hey, Ronnie, I hope you're feeling better, buddy. Hey, Lloyd, glad you can make it out, brother. Keep missing comments, they go by so fast. Sorry, guys. Hey, Brother Coffee is here. Hope you're not working tonight, David, because you should be keeping an eye on all your tenants there. Oh yeah, you caught it? You kept them, or Michael, or what? Yeah, I usually like to catch them by the neck, not really by the jaws. So. Oh, that's good. Northern Australia. Good eye, mate. Papa Rome, hey man. Oh, that's good. Oh, I'm getting a little tired, buddy, and the weather is not really indicative of coyote trapping out there. It was +2 today, and it is melting hard. I don't want to wreck my sled, but I don't want to stop yet either, so. Hey, we're from Michigan. How you doing, Ronald? And Chad's here. We do, but they're not as prevalent up here as they are down in Missouri, where Jay's from. +5, eh? Isn't that... Hey, thank you, Rick Anderson from E-Town. Appreciate that. They, oh, what was I gonna say? I don't know. Stupid big brain. I am kind of anxious to get out tomorrow because I just don't know with this mild weather. I cannot see them just sitting there, man. There'll be deer down all over the place, and the man, the myth, the legend. Yeah, that's me. How you doing, Don? No, I haven't caught a weasel in, well, since that last Thursday there on that 8-dog day. That's the last one I caught. Minnesota. Ah, I saw something there, $50 a scalp. All for dingoes. Well, you don't want the dingo to eat your bye-bye. Hey, Virginia. Yeah, not many dingoes up here. Dingbats, but not dingoes. What a dingo. He ate your baby. No, man, I don't catch any bobcats. I had a lynx here, and I haven't seen hide nor hair of him since that day. Okay, Richard, you have I almost said have fun at work. That's just stupid. See you later, buddy. Thanks, buddy. I'm pulling that snare pen tomorrow, that walk-through snare pen, though. I just need those rams other places for dogs. The dogs are running, you might as well make hay while the sun's shining, right? I got a cold one right now, buddy. Good night, Joshua. Well, it's kind of funny you asked that, Papa Room. I was strictly water trapping until 5 years ago. All our water dried up here, and I just switched right over to coyotes and land trapping. So, how am I doing so far with my brand new trapping style? I was all beaver, muskrat, coon. Well, I can't say coon. Raccoon, mink. I don't think we got any squirrel fox. Hey, Robert. Thanks for dropping in, man. I'm not commenting on that. I got a lot of friends in the States. There are a lot of dingbats everywhere, though, I gotta admit. True story, they do pay more. Yeah, whenever somebody says coon on my, oh, nice coon, what a big boar coon, that comment stays on there and it looks like I'm ignoring it and I just can't answer it. It actually doesn't even come into the comments that I can answer. It just stays on the page to make me look like a douchebag. Wonder where my buddy Stalker Steve is tonight. Keep it down, 5-0. No doubt. I think I'd go out of my head coffee if it rained for like 40 days and 40 nights there. Start looking for animals marching by the house two by two. Thank you, Robert from South Carolina. That's awesome. I don't know how many raccoons. Are you counting the ones I did nuisance trapping? There's probably about 20 of them. The last four were great big boars, though. They were huge. I gave the last one that I got to Dean Stonehouse, and the one before that I gave it to Cross Stakes Predator Trapper. That's actually Papa Rome. That's actually my brother's nickname is Moses. He's had it since he was 13. He had a full beard when he was 13. Oh, spinning wood, Shalisa. So he's out in the shed playing with his wood. Oh, that's just sick. Hey, Steven, you're going to lose her if you do that. I wouldn't do that. She's going to be wanting to move to Saskatchewan now. I'm just kidding you. Hey, John, how was the fishing tonight? Did you catch some? No, we eat anything up here, Papa. We're not afraid of eating anything. I can't actually think of anything that I don't like to eat. Food's food, man. Feed the machine. Well, that's probably the only thing that'll save you then, Steven, because it is cold up here. I was just standing out on the deck there a little while ago in my t-shirt. Beautiful out tonight. A little bit of standing water everywhere, so you don't want to be walking around in those puddles, but Lisa. No, I didn't catch anything, John. I would like to get out ice fishing. Apparently, if I lose my trapping license, I get to keep my fishing license. I don't understand that at all, but oh well. Oh, look at all these comments. It's not scrolling again. I do have a lot of hair. I think I got a bald spot right here. Right here, I said. I'm not smoking.
Oh, you're on it.
Well, cigarette smoking, I'm just a sucker. I mean, sorry. I wonder why it's not scrolling now. This is not cool. Yeah, guys, hit that like. I like likes. Man, I hope that doesn't happen, big guy. Man, you and me both. I don't know what I'll do without, man, triple nickel fisherman. I hope not. Hey, Redbone, how you doing, brother? I hope not. I mean, I like fishing and everything, but I belong in the bush. You guys take one look at me. Tell me that this don't belong in the bush. Ronald, that is a good question. I'm really hoping that I can go right up to the beginning of March. And just the way they look, the four yesterday, damn, they look good. They look really good. But we just come out of that minus 40 again, right? Now we're right from minus 40 to above zero, so. Oh, okay. Thanks, Don. It's going now, so. Well, we're working on it. I had president of the Trappers, Saskatchewan Trappers Association is being a real big help too. Like he said, I'm not just good for the people here. I'm good for the whole sport, right? That's what they say. I just think that I'm just trapping, but I mean, apparently it's bigger than just me. Hey, Brett Patterson, how you doing, brother? Looks like I belong in a boiler. You mean like in Auschwitz or something? Yes, I agree. You know what? The whole RM said that they will draft me a letter. I got to go in and talk to them, but they want to deem me like an essential service out here because of all like when I took all the beaver out of here when every ditch was flooded and every farmland. And now it's the coyotes. I'm helping the ranchers, and it's, so I'm making a little money, but March 9th, yeah, that'll be my birthday. I'm making a little money, but I mean, I go through a lot of shit that I wouldn't normally go through if it wasn't for the community. So, I mean, they appreciate it too. The head dude said he's going to draft me a personal letter for it. And then plus the RM speaks for all of the RM. They speak for every farmer, every landowner, including the one that charged me. So, I mean, I don't know how that's going to go. Like I told you before, I got a feeling they already got their minds made up. And that's too bad because why do we even have courts if they already got their minds made up? I am going to go in and tell them what I think, though. Try and keep my potty mouth at home, but. Ooh, March 26th, that makes you an Aries. Hey, Brian, I'm glad, thank you. Wisconsin? Beauty. Yeah, you know what? That's funny. Dilby there, he come on when I was doing that giveaway and said, well, is it okay if I put a number in? And now I notice when he's commenting on here, last time he was on here, he's trying to be really nice and polite, but guess what? Too late. Hey, Jake. You got that right, Reaper. You got that right. You know what? And they won't go after the guy that's got money. They go after the little guy. Like you guys know what my situation was this winter. I got like 25 bucks left in my wallet to buy gas for the next 2 trips out. I filled up today, so I'm good for 2 more trips, and then I got 2 more after that. So I'm kind of banking on 4 more trips. So I got all my income tax back. I only worked 25 days, so it won't be very much, but I'm going to try and get in Monday and see if I can get some money for that too. That would be something, Ronald. But you know what? When the CEO was watching my videos, all he was doing was nitpicking my little shit and telling me, well, I'm not harassing you. Well, like I said, if you're not harassing someone, you don't have to say I'm not harassing you. Even telling me to do stuff that I didn't have to legally, like the helmet. I don't have to wear a helmet on a trap line in Saskatchewan. Hey, Mark from Michigan. Now, liberals are not bleeding hearts. They are all country killers. They are all trying to kill the country. I thought my show was monetized. Actually, when Jaden hooked up my super chat, it was, he said I was monetized already. And I really don't know how that could be because I don't remember doing it. Reaper Militia, I agree 100%. And you know what? I think that's what it's going to take is civil war. Up in Canada right now, we got them blocking the rail lines and blocking this and that, and nobody's arresting them. It's private property, but yet I go on private property and they're all over me, right? But Trudeau's paying protesters to do this, so they leave them alone. So I just don't understand. It's ridiculous. That's what it is. Always, always ready to go. Say when. Hey, Kentucky, how's it going, Leslie Ann? Yeah, actually, Jeff sent me a check for a t-shirt because I'd taken so long. I'm going to throw an extra t-shirt in for him just because I was going to send it out the same time as Aaron's parcel, but Aaron's parcel is huge and it weighs a lot, and I don't, all the way to Missouri, I think I might have to put it on a airplane to save money, but I don't know. My friend Kim at the post office will help me out all she can. She's been awesome with mailing out shirts and hats and blah, blah, and blah. So we'll get it figured out. don't worry about your stuff, you guys. It's coming. I'm just when I got a bunch of dogs to skin, guess what? That's number one. I'm not letting them rot hanging down. You know what I mean? Gonna just grab a beer before it freezes. Hey, you even got to watch me grabbing a beer. I noticed. Yeah, you know what I think about people's feelings? If your feelings are hurt, shut your mouth and go cry in the corner. I don't want to hear about it. But yet everybody thinks that because they don't like what you're doing, that they should be able to tell you and you have to stop. Well, guess what? That ain't the way I was brought up, and that ain't the right way. Excuse me. Anybody got any guesses what's going to be in the Rams and Traps tomorrow? Hey, Tim. I didn't even notice you were here, buddy. Chad. Want to come say hi to everybody, T? Get your face in here. See where I am? You got to put your face right where I am. Say hi to everybody. This is Pete's guy, T. He just turned, no, Tylen. I keep calling him Ty. He just turned 13 in January. He's a good guy. Got an arm on him like Roger Staubach. Man, I guess you're going to have to be pretty old to remember who Roger Staubach was, but throw a football like a bullet. Five dogs. Ooh. That'll really help me rest up, five dogs. Oh, I hope I don't catch any more fox this year. I've had enough of them. I got 16 of them already, and you know when you skin coyotes and then you go to a fox, you got to really remind yourself that those are paper thin, the skin on a fox compared to a coyote. You know what? No, I never have caught a black fox. They're all red or straw. 3 yote and 1 weasel. I could actually do that up, and I don't know. We'll see who's right. Last time we were on here, Scab said I'd catch a squirrel, and be damned, I caught a squirrel. 3 dogs, 2 weasel, that'd be all right. I got one in the deep freeze. I don't want to forget about him. You know, I would like to chips of steel. Yeah, a mink would be good. I haven't caught a mink this year. I can't remember the last time in 46, almost 47 years. I haven't caught a mink in a year. My very first year, I caught 2 of them. No more skunks. You're right, buddy. My address, Chad, is all on my January 29th video. I got it all on there. You know what? I do got some really pretty reds. There's no doubt about it. I'm going to start with the mink boxes there. I'm going to pull a bunch of the rat traps out because somebody was saying the other day that they're catching more weasel, but they think it scares the mink, and there's a possibility there. So I've got enough weasel now to tan for everybody, I think, and first come, first serve sort of thing, and time to just see if I can catch a couple of mink. I don't know what I'd do with them, whether I'd tan them or just sell them. They're not worth bugger all, but I know some of that country I'm in, it could sure use some trails put in the bush, and even if I went out and did a day show of me cutting bush line and having, my dinner out there and whatnot, and I think it would be interesting. There is some real thick shit out there, and if you can't get into it, they don't have to come out of it. You're doing a lot better, Reaper, than when I first started watching you. You're doing awesome. Don't get down on yourself. Just keep moving forward. I remember that first video of yours I ever watched. I laughed my balls off. It was nada, nothing, zilch. Wow. I never heard so many different words for nothing in my whole life. And it was only about 4 minutes long, and I laughed and laughed. I shared it because it was so funny. I shared it with everybody, and you are definitely an entertainer, brother. So once you put the fur into the equation, you'll have it happening. I'm a double extra large, man. Big dude. Weighed myself here the other night with Peter, and it was 219. So good size guy. It is. There is a lot of morels up here. Everybody loved it, Reaper. It was so funny. Maybe not so funny to you, but I mean, to watch it and your reactions was hilarious. Yeah, that's right, Chad. I'm not much for mushroom hunting, but I mean, when I was a little kid, we used to go out in the fields when it was raining and pick mushrooms and frying pan after frying pan full of mushrooms on the stove. It's like when netting fish in the wintertime and all the fish eggs. You never saw a fillet in a frying pan. It was all fish eggs. I used to love that. I still love fish eggs. Sorry, Reaper. I don't mean to laugh at you, but I mean it was fucking funny, dude. See, I'm still laughing a bit. Ambush is trying to load a video right now, but it won't load. So, $35 a pound for mushrooms? Maybe we better get out there and look for some mushrooms. Man, the antlers and the mushrooms, man, I could make more on that than trapping. Laugh away, he says. Oh, jeez. I like your calling videos, Ambush. One day, maybe if I'm not trapping next year, I'll have to get you out here and we can go call some dogs and put a show onto that. And if I'm not allowed to trap next winter, all you guys that trap around me here, it might be nice to invite me on your line. I'll throw my sled on and do a video on your line. I can't believe it. Hey, Dean, how you doing, man? I can't believe they'd want me not to trap. That's ridiculous. Like I said, 46 years without any charges, not, let alone convictions, charges under the Wildlife Act. Unreal. And you don't even get a second chance. It's just bang, right on you. Do we have any fishing up here? My God. Yes, we do. Less than a half an hour from East Fishing Lake here, and we got some big pike there and walleye and wow. Let's keep it clean here, Shalisa. There'll be no licking reaper. Hey, Brandon, how's Wisconsin doing? I just about forgot to fill my sled up today. It would have been a rough day going out tomorrow with no gas. But we're all good to go. Something tells me those dogs are moving in this temperature, so now we got some big pike up here. One day I did that video in my first year here. Guy caught a 42-pound one back down the hole. I can see an ambush. Jesse, we don't have a coyote season here. They're open season. They're trying right now. The president of the Trappers Association said he wants to try and make them a recognized species, and that way any deer hunters or duck hunters shooting at them can be charged. So I don't know what to say about it. I mean, the more laws they bring in, more laws is never a good thing, ever, ever. I think we got twice as many as we need right now. I don't know. It's a lot different than when I was growing up, man. We can hunt them all year round anywhere here. I mean, I only hunt them when the fur's worth money, so summertime they're pretty thin, their coats here. They're not worth bugger all. You'd be lucky you get anything like $30 or $40 for them then. You know what? There's a couple bear here, but they're yeah, I'm over at Pete's. Decided to come to the mansion tonight, and then I don't have to pay for gigabytes for it. Hey Lonnie, glad you can make it, buddy. What do you mean, Tim? You can hunt all year round or what? Haven't seen a wolf here since that one at the fence line, and I was on the wrong side of the fence to do anything about it. Absolutely, Chuck Caduck. They ain't putting those laws there to help us out at all. Hey, Pete,
Yeah.
they want you to come show yourself.
Oh, my hair's not done.
Pete said he's got to do his hair and his makeup. Oh, here he comes. He's going to say hi.
Oh,
This is my buddy Peter. Couldn't have pulled this year off without him, man.
yeah, lucky to have me.
Lucky to have me, you're right. Good guy. Yeah, our dogs up here are the best in the world, though, buddy. I cannot imagine there being nicer coyotes anywhere than around where I am. Although I've seen my buddy Ambush take some pretty nice ones too, and Trapper Forever, and I just mean this area around here. Man, those are going by quick. There's nothing that else. What's up, Peter? Who does your makeup? Bible wants to know. Thanks, Pete. Everybody needs a Pete. Hi, Pete.
Makeup, I do my own makeup.
Yo, Pete. That was from Alaska. You got a Yo Pete from Alaska.
Nice.
Okay, he's back to his couch. He just can't handle his watered down Bud Light beer like I can. Hey, Steve, thanks for throwing up, man. Hope you don't have to go to work. That'd suck. Now, I'll tell you what, that one I got, that one at the double, that one that was still alive, that is one beautiful dog. It's going to be really hard for me not to keep that one. Hey, that seed cleaner. Hey, Pete. One of the guys said that seed cleaner came from our farm that Pete works with. His name is John Christie.
Where's he from?
Where are you from, John?
Jersey?
Hey, John. Pete wants to know where you're from. And then it was silent. And there was just a picture of my ugly mug. No, there we go. Shalisa says you got to do your nails, Peter. Right on, 120, 112 likes. If you haven't hit it, what are you waiting for? Winnipeg. Peter.
What?
Winnipeg.
Oh?
Pete needs more work on his hair. Oh boy, I'd be very disappointed if I dropped from 172.30 average down to 90. I'd be very disappointed. I'm not about to give my coyotes away, and if they try screwing me around like that, next year I will keep every one and tan every one and sell them all individually. I mean, if there's ugly ones or whatever, I'll send those in, but I will. 124 likes and 124 people. Now that's what I'm talking about. Okay, that 125th person that just showed up, I need a like out of you. There it was, too. Awesome. Eastern coyotes are not worth what our western ones are here. $40 average, holy crap. You know, Reaper, I'm starting to really think so because like I kept 6 of my best ones from last year. One I got 350 for, and another one is a lady that wants to start trying to make fur mitts and headgear and stuff, and she wants to start with a coyote and a fox. So just to get her started and try and get her hooked, I gave her a coyote for 250 and a fox for 100. So hopefully she'll get hooked on it and she'll be wanting 10 or 20 a year after that, right? I got a few of those, my buddy. 45 in New York. Well, the other day when I went out and got those 4 dogs, I was riding my skidoo sweating, so that'll let you know what it was like here. Yeah, try walking into a fur coat store and see what those things are worth and tell me that they're not hosing the trapper. We already talked about this, about the little guy always getting it. Yeah, I had some in the mid twos last year too, so I'm kind of hoping for a whole bunch of those this year. G-Trapper in the house. Hey, Ken. Haven't caught a weasel in over a week again. It's been 9 days, so it won't be long, Bill. It will not be long. If it was up to me, I'd go for another 3 months, but hey, Bait Ammo, glad you could make it, brother. $80, my God. We get that like 3 days of the year here. Scott won what on Trapper J? Nice. Thanks, Lonnie. Probably G-Trapper. Those are the ones that cross the border from up here. I'm just kidding. They're not that far away. Probably all the same bloodlines from North Dakota and Saskatchewan. My January 29th video, Chad. I'm not posting my address. Because I'm not sure how to type on here or anything. I just talk. You never know, Bill. Depends what kind of start I get, and if I can get bait. I couldn't get bait at the beginning of the year. Now I got a trailer right full of it sitting out in my yard, and I got to get it dumped. I still can't believe nobody's complained about the 100 and some coyotes laying up on my steps, but I talked to the head guy at the RM, and he said, yep, nobody's complained about them, so we don't have to ask you to move them. Now that it's nice out, though, I'm going to empty the sleigh out and just start making trips with them. Yeah, I saw that, Jeff. Yeah, Bear Hunter, it was warmer up there than it was down here.
I don't know what happened to that animal. Freaking wires are broke right off of it.
I don't know. Pete said he's going to fix my truck, so just a question of when he has time. It'll never be a drive to work truck anymore. It'll just be a trapping truck, so he's going to do all the lights. Everything's going to be should be tip top again, so No doubt about that. I don't get any Jehovah's knocking on my door. Actually, nobody knocking on my door. Pete knows not to knock when he comes over. He just walks right in. Same as I do here.
What's up?
You know what? I don't have too much trouble here, Brad, when it's like November and the butcher's butchering. But before that, man, it's tough getting bait here. Take it easy, Rich. Thanks for coming out, man. Hey, Lonnie. Everything's going good, buddy. Just anticipating a big day tomorrow again.
E
Hopefully my snares aren't all useless from how much snow melted, but I just can't see it.
T N
Thanks, Wild Bill.
Y
Scott, did you see you won on Trapper J?
E 9 7 9 2
Thanks for coming over, Papa Rome.
9. No.
Trapper J having a live every night.
Green next, right? I don't know why I did that. I was watching Grease last night and she's up.
8 Coyotes tomorrow. Oh, man. No rest for the week at Wicked. Yeah, I hear you. I got a good buddy out there, Greg Larson. He'll fill my bait trailer up every couple days when he's butchering, and I mean moose, buffalo, deer, pig. Yeah, I really like pork. You guys know that. That pork bait is the best. Coyote will cut a leg off to go eat pork. They love that. You know what? Saw one albino coyote, and
Where's not?
I had a guy offer me $1,000. Don't have to skin it or nothing. Just freeze it, and he'll want it. $1,000 for a full amount, and I just can't find it. I don't know what they're watching TV in the next room, so Pete's boys are there too, so. Yeah, I got lamb. I just had for supper last night again. I love lamb. So good. Well, Bill, I sure hope I can put some on next year. It's looking doubtful right now, but we're not going to give up, and it ain't over till it's over, put it that way. Albino badger. But I'm really not. If I was betting, I sure wouldn't be betting on me trapping next year, just because you know how they are. Like I said, all these illegals and everything are on our blocking our tracks and sabotaging our rail lines, and they won't charge them or arrest them. But I accidentally go. You know, I took some pictures of that bush where I was at, and I defy you to tell me where one quarter begins and the other one ends. All it is bush. Pete went out today with a spray bomb, red spray bomb, and marked on the road. We'll see that tomorrow. I'll make sure I show you where one starts and one ends, because he's lived here all his life. He knows the country. I don't, and I'm not even going to lie to you and tell you that I know the country as well as he does, but he marked 2 lines right across the road, like a start and finish line. So we'll see it tomorrow if it didn't melt away. That's quite possible, though. I know you guys are supporting me and are all behind me on this court, and you say I'm going to win and everything, but I'm just a realist, and I know that they want to screw the little guy over. That's all they do now. They're going to be mad because I didn't just pay my fine, and that's the way it's going to be. They got an axe to grind, and really nothing I can do about it. Wyatt here? I never saw him. If you are here, hey Wyatt, how you doing, brother? Yeah, it's the same BS everywhere. Well, you know what? The one thing you find out about those CEOs is they don't like being proven wrong. They absolutely hate that. So, and if I do win, bet your ass he'll be renting space in my ass next year when I'm trapping. Landowner complained, and the CEO's out was out there doing it. They even got my truck on a game cam driving in. Bait trailer on the back. Like I wasn't hiding. I wasn't sneaking around. I mean, I'm videoing obviously all over the world. Yeah, so I'm gonna break the law on video, and I'm not one of those retards posing with his gun and money and crack. I mean, like, come on. Yeah, I think my buddy Jim Henderson was allowed 7 cats this year. That's it. One Wolverine. He's got limits on everything. 3 fisher, 5 fisher, and nothing on coyotes or wolves though. So that might be an option for me next year. If I don't get to trap here, I go up there because he doesn't know how to trap coyotes, and I figure I could maybe teach him a couple of things. I guarantee you, get rid of some of his coyotes, you'll have more cats up there. You know, the funniest thing is the first 6 years here, I never seen a CO. Deer hunting, nothing. Fishing, ever saw a CO. Then somebody makes a phone call, and now I can't go anywhere without seeing them. It's been over 3 years now, Bill. My daughter does not have she's an animal rights activist too, but she respects what I do, and she has actually posted before to check out my videos, and this is my dad, and here's some deers, and here's some of this, and but I would never ask her to get a trapping license and be. I don't think my kids even watch my videos, so they say they do or they're gonna, but I'm pretty sure they don't, because when I mention something, they have no idea what I'm talking about, so they're just being polite. Hey, Jason from Nova Scotia. Thanks, Wild Bill. Thank you, Rob. Well, whatever. One day I'll be gone. Maybe they'll watch them when I'm gone if they're still on. If they're not outlawed because of what an animal I am. According to all the trolls and stuff, I have no heart and no soul, so. And really, who cares what they think, you know? Sitting there hiding in their mom's bedroom with wearing her dresses, making threats. Like, who cares what they think? Yeah, they have lefts too, John. 2 rights, 2 lefts. And one hanging right down the middle in the back. Exactly, Dawn. Well, there's only the quick and the dead, my friends, so. No, I never did, but I'm pretty sure that that little tranny was going to come and kick my ass and leave my door open. So, I mean, if you're coming in, you will leave. I guarantee you, you will leave a different person than you showed up. KOD tomorrow, just for you, American by birth. I'll throw it out there. I'll make sure I tell you it's for you. Somebody commented on my last video, that first dog I caught, he said, if that bugger wasn't dead, those 2 KODs would have killed him. No kidding. You know what? I don't remember ever being in the house when I was a kid. Mom's favorite line was, go outside and play. Didn't matter if it was minus 40. See, when I started trapping, my mom didn't want me trapping. My dad, he wasn't totally set against it, but he didn't really want me trapping either. And I wanted to trap, and I was on their case all the time. Finally, Dad said to Mom, you know what? Let him trap. It's minus 40 out there, and he's walking 6 or 7 miles a day in that cold. He's not going to want to trap. Guess what? I still trapped. I caught 2 raccoons, 4 weasel, 2 mink, and a few muskrat that first year, and I went every day, and I loved it. So that kind of backfired on him, but never had to chase me with a broom. I love being outside. When I was in school in Frobisher, that cold when everybody stayed inside at recess, Holden Byers and I would go outside and play soccer in the snowstorms. So, I mean, we love being outside. I still love being outside. That cold does not affect me like it affects most people. I'm not saying I don't get cold. I just can let it go. I don't have to dwell on that I'm cold. I did not get my mink yet, Lonnie. And I'm not even seeing any tracks anymore, so. But they'll be coming back out now with the snow melting. They won't be able to get in under there for eating mice, so they're going to have to come to my... I was saying this before. I'm going to take the rat traps out of the mink boxes and try and just to catch a mink now. Especially in those big culverts. Those are... that's probably my best chances, those culverts, to catch a mink, so... I hear you, Shalisa. I'm not really indoor guy myself. I like being outside.
That's true.
People here, they can't believe that I go out every other day in some of that weather. And you've seen the videos last year. Last February was the coldest February in 83 years. Like 13 degrees Celsius a day. I mean, crazy cold. And you've seen my beard. I know my beard's white to start with, but it was caked with ice. And I mean, I don't notice it. I'm thinking of my next trap or what I'm doing. And that's why I get frostbite, because I just don't feel it. I'd wake up early every morning and go before school because I have to feed chickens and all that shit too, so. I don't know. The weather's been like this ever since I can remember, so. That's right, Tim. Well, I still haven't seen Tubby. Like, waiting for another fishing show from him. Him and Right On, and they sure have fun out there. That's nuts, is right, Salisa. I mean, I couldn't do it. I've seen videos that... There's Tubby, guys. Hey, Wyatt. Glad you can make it, buddy. I can see you having a couple of big Rottweilers there. Bear eaters. You're welcome here anytime, Tubby, guys. Cheers, everybody. Oh, I hope I never get used to that Bud Light shit. Somebody just said come to Manitoba and coyote. You know what? I would love it. Like I say, if you got a trapping license and I can't trap next year, I would be all interested in that. I still got vegetables from last year, so I'm thinking my garden doesn't need to be that big unless I put a big corn patch in and sell corn for $4 or $5 a dozen and throw in, Baker's dozen, 13 years. Yeah, I don't touch that stuff, Dean. I can't because I got a piss test to go to work for the Boilermakers. So I know I look like I do, but when I was a little kid, I remember even at dark, they had to yell at me to come in. I was just, we know why it gets hectic in here. I have a hard time. I keep trying to catch all comments, but sometimes they go by so fast. Moderators, what's that, Shalisa? A guy that can kick someone off? I would love a couple of those. I'd like my buddy Pondum to do it, and for sure Reaper and Wyatt for sure. Hell, make you all moderators. That's what it is. I don't know how to do it. Let me try. I'll tap on Tubby Guy Outdoors. Man, he went by so fast that it. Well, then we can't have fun playing around with Merle the Girly and people like that when they come on. Somebody let me know how to do it. I will make a couple moderators. We don't have hogs here. I wouldn't put up with it. You bet, Bill. I don't know who that guy was, but when Shalisa said that, I just put him in a timeout, so he'll be back, obviously, but 3 dots next to your name. No, I can't. I see 3 dots down in the bottom right-hand corner. And it says share, save, highlight, mute microphone. Don't want any of those. Shalisa, I'll put it on your name right now. And nothing happens. Report, remove, put you in a timeout, or hide this user on this channel. I don't want to do any of those, so. I have no idea what that is. Fire 3 dots. There are no 3 dots. Just the ones in the bottom corner, and I told you what they said. Hey, Lance. Hide means block them? Okay. I haven't got a mouse. I'm on my phone. Crapline's good, buddy. We're going out tomorrow again, so. Oh, well, that'll. There is no blank area to the right. That's my face, so that's the only blank there. Okay, instant regret. I'm gonna get tired of you saying the same shit over and over again, so. No idea what it means. Explain that paper. Okay, I will explain it again, Bob. It is not paper. It is just ripped up rags I put on there to absorb the oil and whatever blood, because I don't like the blood from the head wound dripping down the hide at night. So I just catch it all. I'm not saying what I'm doing is right and what you do is wrong. I'm just saying it's how I do it. It's one of the reasons why I don't put a skinning show on, because everybody's going to be, oh, that's not right, that's not right. I hang my dogs by their front feet. I get all kinds of shit about that. People, well, that's how you get green belly, and nobody's ever asked me why. Only one person ever asked me why, and I told him why. And now he hangs his by the front legs too. I noticed you never get on Andrew Stanley's case about hanging all his from the front paw. It's because my basement is not warm like the house. So hot air rises. I'm pretty sure I don't have to convince you of that. So what I do is hang the head and the chest high and keep the belly down, closer to the floor where it's cold. Because the hardest part on a dog to skin, and you know it, is the head and the chest. So those have to thaw out. And you know what? I don't get green belly. And people, well, you got to get green belly. Like, I don't get green belly. I don't care what you say or if I have to or not. I don't get green belly hanging them that way. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, but don't tell me that I'm doing it wrong, because I've been doing this a long time. So I've actually left trapping sites and stuff because guys just go on and on about. I actually, one of my friends that came out with me last year told me how unprofessional it looks. I said, I don't give a shit how it looks. I'm here for the money and the results when I do that. So and I mean, the reason you're getting green belly when you hang them by the back legs is because the stomach is up in the air where the more heat is. So, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket surgeon to figure this shit out. Like, use your damn head. I'm not saying I'm right and you're wrong or anything. I'm just saying I do what works for me. And if I was thawing my dogs and, right from cock stiff to skinning them in one day, well, then it might make a difference. But I'm not. I don't thaw my dogs that fast. I try to thaw them naturally. So, like I say, that belly down where it's colder keeps it from going green. No, not so much ambush, because when the head flops over, that chest can still be pretty stiff, right? But you got no fat on the head. So when it flops over, you know what? It's not rotting or anything. You got to get that chest. That's the hard part. I already beat the piss out of that with a 32-ounce ball peen hammer to get those front legs free. So I got one there downstairs I caught 3 days ago that was the one I kicked. The one day I got only one. And last night he was still so damn stiff. It wasn't even funny. His head would move, but I mean, his chest was solid. You couldn't push in at all. Hey, Swamp Donkey. Glad you could make it, buddy. I put that one guy in a timeout, and he was back awful damn quick. I wonder how that happened. Hey, Gunner Air, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I got quite a row of them down there now. Now I'm going to have to start emptying stretchers to put more on. I think I've only got 7 left to put on right now, so we better catch some tomorrow. I'm glad, buddy. We were just at 500,000 views there. We're already at 525. I mean, you guys are doing watching the videos, doing awesome. You know what I can't get over is I caught that one raccoon that one day, big raccoon at that pail, and I got 10,000 view on that video. But yet I catch eight dogs one day and I only get six. So I don't understand that stuff. I wonder if anybody has any input on that. It was just dog, dog, dog that day though. There was no wasted video there. What's your video about, Gunner? I guess. Wow. You mean on the racks, not laying on the floor. Hey T Hutch, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I mean, TNT is nothing without you guys, right? I could see that actually. I'm not really good at titling. I don't know what I could have done. I didn't want to say 8 dog day because then all of a sudden gee, I wonder how many he caught, right? And laying on the floor, huh? Well, I don't treat my fur like that, but I mean their floor is probably a lot cleaner than my basement floor, so. Thank you, Mr. Todd. I appreciate that. You know what? I haven't been fishing since last year. I mean, I love fishing too, and I'm actually really good at it. I've got the patience, and I've got 27 rods and 6 tackle boxes. So, I mean, I've got the equipment, but might have to turn it into triple nickel fisher next year, like they said, if I don't, and I'll run some trap lines. I'm sure Dean Stonehouse would let me go out with him and maybe make a trip up and see Cabo Cowboy, and I'd like to go with Love of the Land, but he's out in Northern Ontario, and that's a 2-day drive from here, so maybe Northern Trapper would have me on. I could video. Thanks, Tom. That's awesome. Well, I'll be waiting for it, Wyatt. That's funny, bait ammo. Hey, Chris. Thanks for coming out, man. Hey, Boxy. Thank you for stopping in, man. No, well, actually, was not. It was a good day though for a February when they're not moving. Oh, can't. Pardon me, sirs. I'm probably gonna have to go to work. Get some money put together for next winter, right? Pay off the bills that I've been putting off. No, Don, I never really did think of that. That one's really a pill. I don't know what to say about that one. Wow. I hope I didn't just put everybody in a timeout. Yeah, he doesn't know, so keep it down for crying out loud, Reaper. Oh, thanks, Don. I appreciate that. Just lucky that he's so hungover and sore, or else I would have to go outside, so. Hide this channel. I don't know how to do that, Shalisa. We're going to have a chat, and I'm going to have to get some of you more knowledgeable people to moderate for me. I don't know, he's not real ignorant or anything, but he just keeps typing in the same shit over and over and axe handle in a wood shop. Yeah, you got it. You read it to me, it's in the timeout. I'm just on my phone, Schließ. I'm not on a computer like all you high-tech people. Absolutely, I would. Philippines, oh, there's no Coyote trap in there. IP address. Their IP address. I don't know what that is. Like you guys, I kill things. I don't play on computers. I can't block anybody because it's public, right? Thanks, Paul. Appreciate that. Hey, South Jersey. Nice job. Huh. All right, Lisa. Thanks for stopping in, girl. Wow, has that wind ever come up out there? Holy crap. Crazy. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Lawrence. Hey, Reaper. No, no snow, but man, is it ever loud out there, that wind? It was beautiful when I got here. Oh well. It won't be long now, John. Hey, Steve B. Not too much, man. Just sitting around chatting with friends. Yeah, there's some big cats out here too. Hmm. Did you say cat is like lynx is supposed to be the best wild meat there is out there? So, you know, if I catch one, I'll be back straps and hind quarters will be for me. I'll be trying that out. I should set a bunch of rabbit snares, but they won't last. You catch a rabbit, the ravens are on it or the dogs eat it. So the only way I can really catch rabbits is in my yard here. There's lots of them in the bush at my house too. So, hey Joe. Well, thank you. Pretty much me too, since I was 5. Sounds evil out there right now. Oh, at least some of those go by fast. Smells like venison. Yeah, I'm awesome, and I'm the guy with the timeout button too. So, well, I can't because he doesn't really have any yard lights. It'll just be dark. All you'd see is his deck out here. Farmyard, man. It's not. We're not in town. How the hell did you do that? I just pushed remove after the timeout, so hopefully he's gone now. Hey, you leave me alone, Don. I'm pretty smart. I can't be trapped. Don't tell me beer tasting pretty good, Don. If I catch a 240-pound cougar, there'll be no releasing it. It'll be one right to the computer and it'll be down. It's an interesting thought, John. It's just, I got so many landowners out here and I'm set right up, and it's just such a shame, man. Like I said, last year I ran 42 miles. No problem at all. Most of the farmers and landowners out here are so happy. Some of them say, "Yeah, absolutely, trap my land, but just get rid of every damn beaver out there." And they're more than happy to have you out there. And then some guy that doesn't even live around here pulls this shit. Unbelievable. Somebody's mummy didn't hug him in the morning, so he decided to take it out on everyone else. Yes, I can trap cougar, but I have to call the CO and tell him weight and sex and location. And it's my fur. Here, time. I'm right here. Man, there's something I don't have at my house is a fridge full of food. That looks awesome. Wonder why I always feel so hungry when I'm at Pete's house here. Rich organic farmer. All right, Chad. I knew you'd find it. I threw a shout out on the last show there, and guy put a message in. Well, we're waiting for the shout out, never happened. I said, yeah, it did. And he goes, well, where is it? I said, watch the video. Then he come back and said that they were very impressed. The kids think they're movie stars because they were mentioned on my show. So I generally am pretty good. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. But Jeff Bagley's still around. There's only like 5 left in there, John, so they'll be all mine. Here's Jeff. Jeff, I still never sent your shirt out or nothing, so I'm going to throw another one extra shirt in there for you. It's coming though. Like I said, I don't lie. When I say it's coming, it's coming. Just I've been trying to save up some cash. I'm pretty sure Aaron Todd's is going to cost a shitload to Missouri. I mean, I don't have a hernia or nothing when I pick the damn box up, but it's gonna be. Oh man, I probably should have just sent him the money to buy the traps. It would have been cheaper. Yeah, Pete's a good dude too. He told me if you're ever here and you're hungry, man, it's just food. Help yourself. So that's where all that lamb came from. Pete gave me filled the top of my fridge with lamb. There's rhubarb pie, pickles, because he pickles his own shit, man. He's a real pioneer. This guy. He's been doing it for his whole life though. So shut up and gouge. Yeah. All right. Have a good night. Thanks for coming out. Damn right, Gunner. Damn right. Like I said, it would have been a lot worse videos this winter if it wasn't for him. Yes, there's badgers here. God, are there badgers here? In this warm weather, I should have been out setting some beaver traps and some. But I just got so much to. Are you kidding me? Hey, we'll try that one. You got that right, Paul. You got that right. I'm happy to have one like that. So I'm lucky I have more than one like that. So this time I put hide the channel from them. Hopefully that does something. You know what, badger are funny creatures, Dean? You can catch two of them on side-by-side holes that look identical, and one's worth $160 and the other's worth $6. So I don't know. It's got to do with their guard hairs. They use them for shaving bristles for, saddle soap. The guys that I used to do that when I shaved before, but hey, Timberline, glad you're here, brother. I would have to bet you're right on that one about West Virginia being different than here. I don't imagine you get all the snow and cold that we get either. Everybody say hi to my brother Timberline. Timberline North. He has live chats I go on all the time. So okay, Chad. I like going on Timberline because he's got a very relaxed chat. Some of them it's like an auctioneer talking to you, and I mean, no, it's just friends kicking back on Timberline. It's right on. You're all my brothers, Tim. I only have one actual paternal brother, and yeah, we don't talk. I have one paternal sister too, and we don't talk. I always get my smokes by the carton, and they're 132.50 a carton here. That's 8 packs. Got that right, Jeff. We are all brothers of the trap here. I got something on my screen here. I guess it's, I don't know. Hey, Eli. Glad you could make it, brother. Yeah, I sure recognize a lot of the names on here now from my comment sections. Thanks, Chad. You have a good night, buddy. Oh, I'm not happy it warmed up at all. My snow's disappearing and I'm not wrecking my sled out there. That could make me pull the line quicker than the dog's going bad. Wow, I lost all the comments again. Hello, Mecca. There we go. No, Tim. Got that right, Tom. Ain't that the frickin' truth? Well, I still gotta go home and skin 3 dogs tonight yet. Ah, it's not scrolling again. There we go. Hey, Catfish. Thanks for coming out, man. It's been a few years since I skinned a beaver. I'm glad it works for you, JJ. Like I said, I don't like doing skinning shows. I go down there, I do my work. I'm not worried about camera angles. I'm worried about not poking a hole, not wrecking my fur. That's where I make my money. On the trap line, when I walk up to a dog, for sure, I can pull out the camera and film. But when I'm downstairs, I'm totally focused on what I'm doing. And the last thing I need to hear is, oh, that's not right. You're doing that wrong. You don't know what you're doing. I don't want to hear that shit. Because I do know what I'm doing. And you guys have all heard this before. There's more than one way to skin a cat. And it goes the same with coyotes and everything. So, I mean, just because somebody doesn't do it exactly the same way you do it does not mean that they're doing it wrong. And it doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It just means you don't do it the same. All right, Don. You take care of Southeast Wisconsin and have a good sleep, buddy. Absolutely. Everybody's got an opinion and they try to force the shit on you. And I'm not going to do that. My show, if I do a skinning video, I don't want to hear no grief back about why do you do this or that's wrong, or because that'll be the last time I ever do anything to show anybody. You got that right, Catfish. Well, thanks, Chad. I will. As long as you guys won't like seeing them, I will keep posting. I kind of want to hit 70 this year because that would be twice as many as the most I ever put on in a year. So I had 6 2-part ones because the camera kept going off. Next year I filmed 25 days, 25 shows. Next year I did 35, and so far this is my 65th upload. So good night, Wyatt. I didn't even see you say good night. No kidding, Don. And even some guys that aren't bunny huggers, they just got a bad attitude. I mean, like, I told you about me hanging my dogs by the front legs, and people, oh, that's wrong. You don't know what you're doing, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. Well, as soon as they catch as many dogs and get as much average on per dog as I get, then they can tell me I don't know what I'm doing. Otherwise, you know what? I don't want to hear it. Well, I'm not even try to pronounce that name. XMXMS. Yeah, I was supposed to do that too, Wyatt, but I'm being bad. I never once said I was a pro. I just like to trap, but I appreciate what you're saying. I just like what I do. The only way I could have more fun is if I could choose the weather. Thanks, Chad. I'm gonna, Robert. As long as you guys are liking it, I will keep posting. And like I said, next year if I have to go west to Edmonton there to the Yellowhead and trap dogs, that's what I'll do. I'll just go under I'll be his helper. He can have the license and sell everything and $161 thumbs up. That's not too bad. Well, I haven't sold any this year, Albert, but last year I averaged 172.30 a dog, and I had a couple that were shot that had to be sewn up. Hey, well, Bill, thanks for coming out, man. You have a good night. Yeah, I'm not trying to force my views on anybody, JJ. What I do. I'm just trying to, like, there doesn't help me having a show and telling you what everyone else does. I might as well not have a show. Just watch their shit, right? I do what I do. I tell you what I do. And I mean, I don't know about bromance, but yeah, a lot of good friends here. Yeah, I'm just showing you how I do it. I mean, I'm not saying I thought of everything that I do. I mean, those hanging rams in the trees, I can't, I never heard anybody ever hang. And one guy said, oh yeah, the old guys used to hang them in the trees. Well, they're brand new, so how could the old guys have ever hung them in the trees? They weren't even around when the old guys were around, so I'm not sure when. I could get in a lot of trouble pulling out and recording at work, so thanks, Chad. Hey, James. You know what, Don? You're never too old to learn, period. I still learn something new every day. If you're not learning something new every day, you're wasting your life, man. Anybody have any questions they want to ask me, or I'm gonna try catfish. I'm not sure what I'll do, but you know what? I caught a lot of muskrats, Joe, but we just don't have any water out here right now. Dean, you're crazy not to learn when you, no matter how old you are. I don't know what Jeff just said, but it sounds like you got the crap kicked out of him by some donkey's foot. That's funny. Ah, and comments all keep disappearing. You should see my holder here. I got a casserole bowl or top here with 2 cans of beans holding my phone up. So, well, it all depends. At the beginning of the year, I keep my snares close to the bait pile. But this time of year, when the birds are there, you keep them back. You keep them way back. I don't target box because they're just not worth anything. They're worth more to me killing mice than they are for the $10 a pelt. I'm still working those piles because I've noticed that there's the odd dog coming in and they might be a sick one. And I will get rid of all the sick ones I can. I'm using long rifle hollow points. You hit them in the coconut with that. I try to hit them right above here and down their neck and into their body so there's no exit wound. And I got pretty darn good at doing that from 3 inches away. Well, the thing about the tree hanging rams too is it will lift the dog right off the ground, and that's you've seen my videos where the dogs are hanging in the air. And if you anchor, pardon me, if you tie the anchor arm to the tree with a wire, and be careful doing this because that ram will knock every one of your damn teeth out if you're not careful. It will lift that dog right off the ground, and I don't care if it's a 50-pound dog or not, it will lift him off the ground. And when they can't get their feet on the ground, you tell me that ain't humane. They're gone before they even know it. I agree, Reaper. You know what? Like I said, I'm still close to some of them bait piles, just trying to catch the last of the sick ones. Because if there's no more sick ones, they can't infect the pups in the spring, right? So, unless something moves in from another area, but I really don't have a lot of control over that in the off season. But I will take every sick one I can. I've only got four sick ones this year. One mange, three with the mites, and two of them were ravens. So, damn ravens. Ooh, I forgot. Cheers. It's got to be getting late at Reaper's place now. Reaper, what time you got there? Got to be 11 there, no? Haha, that's funny, Joe. You never watch my videos and see how I react when I got a skunk in a trap? No, I've never skinned a skunk. And that is so true, Don. If there's lots of coyotes, the females will have 2 or 3 pups in the spring, and if there's no coyotes, they'll have 12 to 15. So they breed to their environment. They're like the rats of the canine world. I'd have to get like 300 or 400 coyotes here a year to knock their numbers down. You will never, ever get rid of coyotes. Good night, Chad. Thanks for coming out. We are absolutely wildlife management. Because people think I'm just out there as some kind of kill freak trying to kill every coyote. Well, if I kill every coyote, I got nothing to trap next year, right? So it's not like that. 11 in New Brunswick. I'll tell you what, when I first got out here, later, Gunner, I went deer hunting the first year I was here and I never saw any deer. And when I did, they were so far away and running. Now, you've seen my videos, there's deer all over the bloody place. And you think they're a big coyote, like some of them 60-pound coyotes I caught, they'll eat a fawn a day. I mean, that's a lot of deer in their 30-day breeding before those spawns get up and start running. So, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm totally responsible for the deer population, but I mean, you bet I had something to do with it. I would like to go until the first week in March, but I really have no control over it. I mean, if the fields are black from summer fall of fields, that cow bush might have to be pulled tomorrow because the day the crop came off, Pete's dad went in there and I don't know what you call it, dissed it or something, turned it over. So it might be tough getting around in there with no snow. So might have to pull everything out of there. But you know what? I'll set a booby trap every turn in that crown. There's a lot of coyotes. Such a good cross there too, eh? Well, even a fox will kill a fawn. The fawn hasn't got up yet. Even a fox will kill it. But I mean, not like coyotes. Coyotes hunt that shit down. Hey, thank you, Everything Outdoors. Well, Marcel, I didn't even see you were here, buddy. Thanks for coming out, though. And have a good night's sleep. We have so many moose here. I don't know what the moose hunters, there's a few of them, like the ones that stay at Pete's grandfather's house down here. They get their moose, but I mean, so many people come out here. I was out one day on my trap line and a guy in a truck, I was in my truck still, and they pulled me over, and there was a great big moose out by Pete's dad's gravel pit. I mean, huge. He was almost square, he was so big. And maybe 300, 400 yards away, but I mean, that's nothing with a moose that size. They flagged me down, I stopped. They said, any moose around here? And I said, oh, no, you got to go east for that. All they had to do is look out their right window and they would have seen the bloody thing. So, I mean, most guys that have those tags shouldn't even have them because they don't know what they're doing. But hey, Tim, you have a good night, buddy. Yeah, Eli's got some pretty cool videos. I like the one where the bear wouldn't pay him any attention at all. Oh, I know those winter ticks are on the coyotes because, like I said, I got 3 of them this week, and I hate wood ticks. All right, Joe. You take it easy, buddy. Yeah, it's like a parade out here too. You know, all the people from around here, they're the real hunters here. They park their vehicle, walk in, because we know where the deer are or where they cross, and they knock down what they want and they bring it out. It's like most people drive around and we got guys, you know, the crops that rained last year here and so many crops in the field, and that don't stop these guys from they drive right over the crops and everything, and it's ridiculous. But I guess they're going to need permission too, so I think that it's going to be a reality check for these guys. Like last year, I had that deer hunting season. I had two coyotes that were dead and laying on the ground, and deer hunters shot them with their high powers. And I know they were dead and laying on the ground because the dirt in the exit wound blew right back in, right? Now, what kind of a loser shoots a coyote that's already dead laying on the ground like that for a trapper? I sure would like to walk up on a guy doing that. I don't care if he has a gun or not. He better want to use it if he's not going to take a licking. I do have places where I can trap here too. Some friends of the family for over 115 years now. They told me trap all I want out there, but I'm not allowed to touch the deer, and I'm okay with that. There's plenty of deer out here. Yeah, those ticks don't dig in right this time of year. They just are along for a warm body, trying to stay warm. But as soon as it gets warm out and they can fill full of blood and drop off and live, they will. I never saw that, Dean, but I think that should be a lifetime hunting ban right there if they even had a license. I didn't get a deer, but Pete and his boys got three and they cut me in on it. So I lent Pete my 243. So I wouldn't lend it to just anybody, but I knew Pete would take good care of it. So a lot of history, that gun and me. So I actually bought it for my father for Father's Day when I was 18 years old, and he made sure when he passed that I got it back. So yeah, I'm not a real big fan of deer hunters or duck hunters, but I mean, if I keep digging pellets out of my coyotes when I'm flushing them, I'm gonna start following the duck hunters around with the klaxon horn. They're not gonna want to come here anymore. Knock my mufflers off my truck and just drive up to them. I never heard of that before, reimbursing deer hunters. That doesn't sound like something the government would do to me. I know a few years ago I shot that 4x4 buck on my video that Brett helped me load up and take home. When we got him home and opened him up, he was hit by a car or a truck, whatever. I was wondering why I was able to sneak up to within 50 yards of him and hit him like that, but called the COs. He said, bring him to us. I said, well, he's already gutted and everything. And they said, yeah, it's okay. Just bring the hide and the antlers and the meat. And they put me a new tag out for $5, and I went and got another 4x4 after that. So they were good that way. I thought I was stuck with a deer that was already tenderized, but on my screen, I got a light right here in my face, and I don't know what's, oh, it must be a reflection off that light off the window. It's right on the tip of my nose though when I'm looking in here, so I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but who is Jaden Gray? Yes, I know Jaden Gray. How do you know Jaden Gray? Hey, Kurt. Glad you could stop by, buddy. I saw your show, a couple beauty fish there, man. He is your friend. Jaden around.
Yeah, downstairs.
Give me a second. I'll go give him a call. He's downstairs.
Okay.
Somebody said he's his friend.
Jaden, you gonna come up here for a minute?
Pete does everything for me, man. He even called him, Jaden.
What? Who's that?
Kirk, I don't know, man, if you're gonna get much beaver in Jamaica, but
He wants to see you on
I don't know if you're married or not. If you're not married, you get a lot of beaver in Jamaica, I'd have to think. Okay, here comes Jaden. I'm gonna have to put your face over here where they can see you, buddy.
Well, they can see me through the chat.
Oh, can they?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. You're the guy. You're my computer whiz. Here's Jaden. He says hi. Do you want to know who it was? Come on.
Yeah, I know. I'm playing with him on PlayStation.
Minion Alex?
Yeah, I'm playing with him on PlayStation.
Oh, wow. Jeez. Alex. You're already playing computer games with him downstairs there, and... Oh, well. That was Jaden. That's Pete's other boy. I know those kids since they were tiny little ankle biters. Sure growing up into fine young men. Does who catch more yotes than me? Hey, John. Just kicking back with some friends, my man. Hey, thanks, Catfish. Oh no, I think Pete just grabbed a beer.
Nope, nope.
Oh, good. So there's still 4 more there, or 5 more for me. That's awesome. I gotta get to town on Monday. I owe Pete some beer and... Oh God, I owe Pete some everything, so... Whatever, it's gonna come around. Pretty soon it's gonna be okay. There we go. I keep losing my chat there. There we go. What's everybody else drinking tonight? I know Chad said he was drinking Velvet and Coke. I'm drinking Bud Light. Whew. Terrible thing to... Tea? Eli, did you say tea? Pabst Blue Ribbon, Jared. Attaboy. I used to love going to the States and bringing back 96 beers, and we get Coors or PBRs or Old Milwaukee. There you go, Milwaukee Best, yeah. I really liked the Coors in Montana. They were good beer. PBRs, nothing wrong with them. Even Miller wasn't bad. Well, you know what? You know what's best, Eli, so... How do I do better catching the fishers, Dwayne? You know what? Kurt's on here. Kurt's if you didn't watch Kurt McCutcheon's Strap Lines and Trails, check it out, man. His fisher boxes are exactly like I do mine, and I don't have fisher here. So, we do, and I had one 2 years ago, and the Wolverine ate it, and I set pails, but all I'm catching is trash pandas in them now, so... I'm sure there'll be raccoons in them again tomorrow. Not positive, but chances are. Sounds like my buddy Pete has coronavirus. Shit, that means I probably got it too. Holy, thank you, Dawn. That's awesome. 7 and 7. I don't know what 7 is. I know 7 up, but 7 is... Yeah, I hear you, Eli. I know a lot of people like that, so I try to moderate. I don't like going to the bars because it costs about 3 times as much to drink there, and nobody talks anymore. I mean, it's so loud, and Seagram 7, that's right, okay. Thank you, Dawn. That's awesome. We've been going for a couple hours now. We should try to break our record here. We started out with under 2 hours, then we did 2.5, and vodka and tea, like together. I know when it was cold out, I used to drink blueberry tea, and that's a shot of Grand Marnier, a shot of amaretto, and tea, and it tastes just like blueberries. And that will take, oh, vodka and iced tea, I got you. That will take any chill out of you, and if you're starting to feel sick, you won't be the next day. Drink about 4 or 5 of those, feeling groovy. So Jaden just told me that even over here, can you guys see my face over here? It's not behind the chat or nothing. I set it up so I was over here so I wasn't in the chat. He knows. Pete knows. I appreciate that. He helps out however he can, and if he needs a hand, and he's going to need a hand right away, he's got surgery on March 2nd for his. He's got really bad carpal in both wrists because he used to like to hit things and break his hands like I used to, and it just wore out on him. He's such an old part, eh? That's funny. I'm 15 years older than he is, so. But yeah, he's going to need a hand, and I'll help him out. But some of the things he's going to need a hand for, I am not helping him with that shit. Forget it. If he needs one corner of the house lifted, I'm all for that. But if he needs his spirits lifted, he's on his own. He's got so many little girlfriends out here, though, so he'll be all right. Little chick magnet. I know, with hairdo like that, right? Crazy. They just love him. Yeah. Not happening, Wyatt. Not happening. Give your head a shake. Right on, right on. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, the worst thing about Peter's hands is they're both FUBAR, so they're going to operate on them both, but not at the same time. I was thinking it would be cool if he got them done at the same time, because then I could really tease the shit out of him, not light his smokes and stuff. It would have been funny as hell. Not for him, but I mean, chick magnet sounds like, yeah. Yeah, Peter's got all kinds of girls here. I don't want a girlfriend from here because Pete's probably already nailed her, for fuck's sakes. I'd have to go probably 100 miles from here to find a chick Pete hasn't nailed. That's what brothers are for. You got that right, my man. He knows that no matter what, I'd help him out with anything, and that means anything. And it never hurts having a best friend with a backhoe, right, just in case. Is that where you're from, Don? Wyoming? I'm at that age now where I just would Nebraska. I'd just as soon not be bitched at all day for what I do. I don't know. Sounds selfish, but you know what? I put many, many years in not being selfish, and hey, thanks, Bait and Ammo. I'm sure I'm sure Pete appreciates that too. He'll be fine. He's tough. He's tough like me. He ain't gonna let this get him down. I'm thinking he's probably already figured out a way in surgery that he can still get a handle on it. The worst part is he can hear me talking about him, I think.
Oh, every word.
Yeah, every word he said. In a tank of gas. My sled, I will not go out when it's under a half, just because shit happens, right? So when I do 2 loops, which is about 65 miles or thereabouts, maybe a little more. I'm under half or thereabouts, and I fill it up every time, and it's cost me about $53 to fill my sled up. So, man, I wish you could lend your lawyer to me too, but you're not allowed out of province or out of state lawyers in Saskatchewan for this. They really write all the rules in their favor. I mean, yeah, you're still talking about girls. If I talked to Bear Hunter, you seen my video where I folded all my laundry and said it'll sit there for a month? Well, it's still there. So, I mean, I keep adding to it and folding it. I just live, that's my dresser in the wintertime. It's all about the trap line in the winter. I'm not a house cleaner. I keep my dishes done up because nothing worse than needing a frying pan and they're all dirty, right? So, okay, Fusky, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, that last live I put on the very first day when I did my video, that I was up to like 3 gigs on my first frickin' day. And now, with Pete's help on this, with his Wi-Fi here, I'm at about 5.3 gigs. So that's about 8 days worth. So tomorrow's like the 8th day, so I'm caught back up. So, but I still like having it here because I can't watch anybody else's videos even, and I really like watching other videos. And I know you guys appreciate the views too. But my package is just, wow, I almost said my package is so small. My coverage is, no, it's my package. My package with Sastel is tiny, like 20 gigs. That ain't doing nothing. I barely covers my videos for the month, so time to go unlimited, I think. Not so much in the summer, because all I have in the summer is watching. I'm gonna, Jesse. Cheers. I'm going to have a shot for my brother Eli because he's not drinking, so. Fuck you, Wyatt. My little package right on your forehead. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm a lightweight now, man. I don't drink like I normally like. And I go to work, boy, man. And Pete's the other night I had, oh, I think 11 beer, and I was like, oh, man. I don't know if I'm going to be able to drive home, but yeah, I made it. No problem. It's just weird not having the truck and when I'm like that because my ass is only like 3 inches off the ground in this little car, and that's a different angle, all right. Awesome, Wyatt. We try to keep you entertained. Oh, Dean, you're not pushing your limits then, if that's it. Are you from the States? Because I think 7 beer in the States is equivalent to about 3 up here. Although this is Bud Light, I don't know what it would be. Yeah, okay, Canadian 7 beer. That's a good start, all right. I remember when I come out of the boiler in Estevan and get to the deck at the derrick, nobody would say a word to me until I had at least 5 in me or 6 in me, and then they'd come and talk to me because I was pretty grumpy coming out of a 130-degree boiler on a 100-degree day outside. Get some beer in me first. Nobody would talk to me. They'd stay away, and as soon as that beer went down, I was the only guy there that the waitresses would fill a big pail full of ice and water and bring my beer out to me. And when those first 5 were gone, yeah, people would talk then. Hollering at the critters. You're never gonna make friends with them hollering at them, Don. Hey, Christopher. Beer dries you out. You gotta drink water like a bugger the next morning. I actually had a buddy used to drink a bottle of water every beer he had, and it never got all hung over in the morning. But I don't want to waste that much room putting water in there, so. We used to eat smoked oysters with beer. That helps too, man. That really, because they really salt the shit out of those too. But I did have an older brother at one time, and we used to go to the lake when he was able to drive, and I was 14, and that's when I started drinking because he was, like I said, Moses had a beard when he was 13, so it was no problem for him pulling beer when he was 16. Glory days. Oh man, I wish I could have weed. The only time I can have weed is right at the beginning of my trapping season. The 28th will be 90 days since I had any, so. Well, that sucks, Wyatt. That sucks. So do you drink like whiskey or anything, little buddy? No doubt, Houston Trapper. Yeah. I must have been pretty dry before this live because I haven't had to go for a sissy break yet. So cheers once again to all my brothers of the trap out there. Oh, good. I didn't think that you could be that. I thought for sure you had to drink something, Wyatt, because you're just too real a dude to not be drinking. Gold and eBay. Oh man. Hey Scab, how you doing, buddy? Any squirrels in my future tomorrow? Cheers, Greg. I guess that I removed that guy the proper way that last time. I just put hide this channel from him, so. Hey Paul, thanks for stopping in, man. You have a good night. Hey Chad, you're back. Charles, you know what? Get back to nature, man. That's where it's at. Pennies on the dollar. Wow. I would be very, very sad and something, something, something if I couldn't drink beer. Because you guys do not want to see me on the hard stuff. You really don't. And Peter can tell you that for sure. I remember when I was younger, go to the bar and drink whiskey in the wintertime and beer in the summer. And if you walked up and said something to my face, I never even said boo back to you. I just knock you right on your ass. So yeah, I'm not really a whiskey guy. I shouldn't drink that, I don't think. That's how the Campbell's kids were invented. Oh, sorry to hear that, Dean. Brown whiskey, yeah. Yeah, Don, you know what? I worked in the Beaufort Sea. I worked all over on triples and drilling rigs, and we were not to be messed with because we threw big steel around. We were big, strong men. It wasn't so much fighting as it was just giving guys beatings because you couldn't hurt us, man. You couldn't hurt us. If there's one thing that scares a guy that throws that first punch is when it doesn't have any effect on you at all. I got to work offshore in the Beaufort Sea, 21 miles offshore on a big rig there. I was a derrick hand there. I never had to load mud or nothing. Everything was conveyor. There was a roughneck heater up in my derrick and a little room up there and everything, and I'd smoke up there and everything. That was awesome. And you're like, 90 some feet off the floor, so no chains flying by you, nothing. So I was on one rig in by Norman Wells where the Eskimos were pissed at us, and I was up in the derrick one night and the lights started going off. And I don't know if you guys know how loud a rig is, but it turned out one of them was shooting the lights out when I was up there, and that was kind of weird. One shot at a water hauler when he was coming with water, and it was an awesome job, that one. We got in a plane crash, and they put us over for a day at Norman Wells, and we went to the bar. They opened a tab for us, and drinks were expensive. They're like they are here now, but that was like 30 years ago almost. And guys walked over, I'm a chief, and give me a smoke. So I don't give a fuck who you are. Get the fuck away from me. And the motor hand stands up and goes, oh, Dwayne, well, I'll take care of this. You don't handle these things well. And he starts talking to him, trying to blow him off. And next thing I know, he's at him on the floor, pounding his face into the ground. And the fight was on, man. We had the whole tribe. There were 6 of us, and we did really well. We did really well. I don't remember having a mark on me after that one, and I don't remember anyone else on my crew having a mark either. Yeah, Michael, how you doing, buddy? I'm looking forward to hitting 200 again, too. I think we'll do it. We're only 18 away. I think we'll do it. I might force it just to make sure I do it. Some guys, Wyatt, you just know that this is not the guy that you should be fucking with. You know what I mean? Some hard learners don't realize that. And I understand that I'm not 25 years old anymore, but I cleaned out a bar in PA, which is a very tough town, when I was 32. So, I mean, there was bodies all over the place because I got a right hand that'll stop a truck, so. But I got away from all that, and I'm more into poetry and opera now, so it's all good. Everybody's safe. Oh, I snorted shit. Yeah, we used to call those little guys warlords because they didn't fight, they just started shit. Pete's not a big guy either, but he ain't a warlord. My dad was 5'5" and maybe one of the toughest guys I ever met. He had arms on him like my legs, for crying out loud. And everybody where I come from knew that he was not to be pissed with. I've seen him do things that strength that you would just blow you away. He was the one strong Hungarian man. Well, I think when we're done this live, I'm gonna eat these 2 cans of beans that have been propping my phone up. I'm hungry. I'm just kidding. They're Pete's beans. By the amount of dust on them, I don't think Pete eats a lot of beans. My painting hands. Maybe I should start doing that again too. I know I'd like to, Richard Wicklund, I'd like to send him a painting. He wants a picture, so. But I don't want to send any of my old stuff because I know I can do better. Pork chop in every bottle. You got that right. 1,300 calories in a normal beer. Light beer or like 8 something, so. You even got blueberries in your fridge, Peter. Holy crap. You got every 27 food groups in there. Hey, James. It's going good, buddy. How are you doing? And Dusty, too. Well, I'll tell you what, that reflection from that light's driving me crazy. It's right on the end of right there it is. It's from the kitchen. I'm going to shut that one off. There, now I don't have a light on my nose. Hey, James. I'll make one up for you one day. I still got all my oil paints and stuff, so. Cody Moore. Crazy. That's crazy. Thank you, Cody. That's awesome. I'm probably going to have to send you a fur for that. I don't think I got a rack of weasels. I think you guys seen him in my video hanging in my fur room. I think that whole rack I'm going to keep it in Tandem Mall because everybody wants a damn weasel, especially my American friends. Because apparently you don't have white weasels down there, so. And I've got some real beautiful ones on that rack, so. What the hell? I will send you one, Cody. And I won't just send you anyone. If you're sending me that tanning stuff, I will send you my co-host. This is a big one. That's a nice one. Not the biggest one I caught this year, but that one was a monster. Hey, Hawkland. Oh, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that, man. That's awesome. Well, we're not that far away. You're just in North Dakota. I mean, we're just like an imaginary line apart, right? Yeah, but in Pennsylvania, do they change color? No shit, Dean. They are here too, frickin' weasels. Weasels are funny, you know. You don't usually see little buggers, but this year I seen a lot. I videoed one big one that I caught, and of course the co-host, he was trying to steal the show. And you know what? At that time, I think my shows were 1 or 2 weasels I was catching. So I appreciate having him with, 5 or 6 minutes of filler there, but that's not bad. 300 miles. Maybe if I'm not dropping next year, you can come up and do a co-host spot with me, buddy. You'd be more than welcome. I got a spare bedroom in my house, and I like having co-hosts come out on the line because then they can do the work and I can film it, right? Or vice versa, if it's something that I do that's unique that they don't understand. Brown all year, yeah. I do like having guys come out and co-host. I mean, I won't absolutely will not stand for anybody stealing my shit, and I will track you down to the end of the earth. But I mean, we're all brothers here. I don't think there's any need to steal from each other or whatever. I'll help out anybody if I had opportunities. So I mean, all they got to do is ask, right? Yeah, I want to see one too, Cody. I only saw the one this year, and it ran like hell when I pulled the gun out. And when I skidooed up, went across that fence and went about 100 yards, and then just started walking because he knew I couldn't go through that 4 wire barbed fence with my skidoo. So they are very smart. You got to go outside, Wyatt. See, I don't have one of those telling me that I can't smoke in the house. I smoke. Oh, except at Pete's, I got one of them here. He's gonna get mad at me pretty soon because it's all cool when we're both having beers, but when I'm having beers and he's not, well,
Yeah, I'm ready for bed.
you what?
I said I'm ready for bed.
You are?
I get close.
I'll lock up when I leave.
Yeah. Oh, my house is ever fucking locked.
Yeah, well, that's probably not a good thing to say on here.
Yeah, how am I gonna get to his dog first?
Oh, what did that say? I still think you, Trapper J, and another YouTube trapper should do a series helping other trappers. You know, I'd be more than willing to. I've got guys that email me and ask me advice, and I actually one guy emailed me today, and I never answered him back yet. But I'm gonna when I get home all drunk, and I don't answer my comments drunk, and I'll wait till. Yeah, I don't have one of those, Wyatt, so I smoke right in my house and I kick my boots off. Sometimes I wear my boots right into the kitchen and sit at the table, and it's good to be the king. Hmm. No, Pete said he's going to bed right away, but I'll whisper a little bit, but he'll never shut me down. Okay, we're right at where we had our last show at now. I do appreciate you guys and your donations. That's awesome. I feel like such a schmuck about it, but I mean I don't know what to even say about it. I really don't. It is appreciated, and I will keep putting out the shows for you guys because I know you guys enjoy them, and anything I can do to make them better, I will. And I will do a skinning show, but first guy that gives me any grief about it, I will jump in my car and hunt him down. On that same topic, has anybody ever skinned a human before? No, I'm just kidding. Come on. Where's the comments? Oh, there we go. Otter problem. You know what? We got guys up a little north of me with otter, but I got no water here anymore, so. I had that one Wolverine a couple of years ago, and he was a real pain in the ass. Like I said, I should have shot him when I saw him deer hunting, because the taxidermist said guys shoot him with a 300 Winchester and it doesn't mess him up. I had a 243 with me, my 243, and he was not 150 yards away. I mean, it was an easy shot, and I passed on it like an idiot, and it ended up costing me 2 coyotes, 4 fox, 2 mink, and a fisher that year because he kept eating the shit out of the traps. And now he's living up at the lake. They still see him up there. I got one guy up by Walhalla Road. It's about 10 miles north. He said he sees him once in a while. And as long as he stays up there and away from me, because he's a smart old bugger. He's as bigger as they get, I'm sure. They get about 35 pounds, and I would be shocked if he wasn't all of that. Big, beautiful. Thanks, Chad. No doubt about it, Cody. And if I would have hit him with that 243, I know he would have never survived that. Because I was loaded for deer. I think I had 80 grainers in there, so. Man, she's blowing out there now. No doubt. You know, Dean, those buggers, that one I had here, he knew if there was something in the trap, he knew there was no way he was going to get caught. So I started even laying out fox that I caught that he had eaten part of before and put it in a snare and then set traps around it. And that bugger knew that was the one eating that before because he would not go close to him. He'd get about 12 feet away or 15 feet away and stop. Very smart. Very destructive. That one day, you guys maybe remember the video when he ate that mink at that culvert and the rat trap was gone and I crawled in the culvert looking for him. I thought the whole time going in there, yeah, this probably isn't the best idea I've ever had. But luckily he wasn't in there, but the rat trap had the mink head in it and that was that. Even in those mink traps in the dark like that, they'll step in that rat trap. It'll set off, which won't kill them. Usually I had one killed there with one, but a female, but it just scares them enough that they back right into that conibear and that will take care of them. I have a lot of trouble with those rat traps in the boxes though, because the pans on them are plastic. So when the conibear hits them, it breaks them to pieces in that cold. So later American by birth. Not allowed to carry a pistol. I carry a rifle. Isn't that stupid? Even the trappers in northern Saskatchewan are not allowed to carry a pistol. The gun laws up here are so fucking stupid. I had a guy on my last video, offer to send me 30 clips for my Ruger. Illegal. I'm not allowed 30 clips on my Ruger. Got to be pinned at 5, and that's what I'm doing. Well, apparently they don't want us to have our hands free to carry our gear and stuff. Just gotta, with a pistol, how hard would that be, man? Strap it on, and it's there, right? I don't know. I really don't see why. If I could carry a 22 pistol with me, I would have it all the time, and I wouldn't have to run back to the sled or the truck for my gun because I'm carrying gear and bait and traps, and you just don't have all the hands to carry the rifle and everything. So I don't know, Cody. I really don't know. Amen, Don. Amen. But you know what? It's a few people that whine and snivel that are costing everybody. And I think we just find the whiners and the snivellers and eradicate them, and it would be a much better world. I agree, John. I'm thinking that those 220s will have trash pandas in them tomorrow because it was just been so nice. Even the other day out there, my last video, I'm riding my sled sweating. The tarp on my sleigh behind me got snow on it, and I get to the next location and it's just water. It's melting on that black tarp, eh? I get home and my dogs all look like they got mange because they're so wet in the sled, so. I would much rather have Donald Trump as president. Any day of the week. Yeah, that's why I don't like having the camera out there at Christopher's because I don't like putting holes in them. I don't do holes. I don't like sewing, but when the Ravens ate that one, you guys might remember I showed the big sew job I did on that. I can sew. I use a 8-pound fishing line what I sew with, so it's invisible and they can't feel it, and depending how big the hole is, you can't even really tell it's there. So, thanks, T Hutch. You do too, man. I don't like sewing though. I really don't, because I can't see the high of the needle to stick the thread through, the fishing line through. I mean, oh man, some of the liberals are bad. Ooh, we're not going political here. Yeah, I bet you would, Cody. I bet you would. Don, stand, do not let them take your guns. If you're an American, and yeah, you're from Nebraska, you have it right in your Constitution. Do not let them violate that Constitution because they take an oath to uphold the Constitution. So anybody that wants to violate that right, I think they should be shot or hung because that's treason, period. That's plain and simple treason. Thomas Jefferson hung a guy on the front lawn of the White House for treason. I mean, we got to bring that shit back. There's just too many dumbasses out there doing it. Yeah, dental floss is good too. I like the fishing line because I can suck it up nice and tight and the stitches hold, right? I put a double knot in them when I do each one. So, and like I said, invisible. From what I understand, they want to take trapping right out of the equation, and we have got to not let that happen. I'm pretty sure that's why they're picking on me here. I'm the only trapper around here for a while, so. I got 3 dogs now I'm keeping from this year for sure. That one at Sawyer's Cross, that second one, that silver white one. Yeah, I can't see me selling that one. They won't give me what I want for it, so. And if somebody sees it in my living room, I know they'll give me 350 for it or 410, so. We don't need any new laws. We got to get rid of some of the old ones. You know, you get these guys in power and they think the thing that they got to do is start making new laws. And we already got laws. Like, when I was a kid, we never had warning labels on anything. And, you know, there was no. Look at the alcohol. As soon as they legalized alcohol again and put it into the Vehicle Act, all of a sudden there's .08s all over and accidents and people out running. You know, it's just stupid. It's the same as the dope up here. They legalized it supposedly. But your penalties for smoking and driving now are way, way above and beyond what they were before. No, I never used to be able to drive from here to Estevan without 2 or 3 joints on the way, and I wouldn't dare do that now. It's about a 3-hour drive or a little more, in case you're wondering. Yeah, you're right, Don. You're right. But I mean, it doesn't help just talking about this shit. We got to actually do something. So many guys on Facebook. We have to march and we have to take we got a armed assault on, you know what? Say when. Just say when. Like, organize something. I mean, we have a pedophile running our country that's a traitor, so. No, I have no gray fox up here, man. I think they're cool. I seen Pondam had one on a video. They look like a cross between a fox and a cat. And they do climb trees, I heard too. Me be the spokesman, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I don't think he'd want me as a spokesman because when I blew my top, everybody loses theirs too. So I do have 6 coyotes, 2 fox, and a weasel coming back, but I'm not. That weasel ain't going anywhere. I stretched it on a female mink board. It's the biggest weasel I've ever seen in my life, and it was as big as a female mink. That one's staying on my wall, but one of the foxes is gone already. It's promised out, and 2 of the coyotes. So I have 4 coyotes and a fox. But I don't know. Some of you guys that have been watching me for a while probably remember my pet fox, Clifford, out there. Clifford, my little red dog. Well, I caught him in a trap last year. And if you watch my videos, you know he's the one I kept sitting there petting him, saying, beautiful, beautiful. And he's getting tan and he's staying home too. He ain't going anywhere. So, but I will have four other coyotes to go. So, yeah, I do. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, the thing about them overpopulating, Richie, is they get horrible diseases too, and it calls them like hard. And Codamundi, I never even heard of that. Huh. Oh, that grouse you saw the other day? Uh, Onions, mushrooms, some eggs, and a little cheese. No, I'm just kidding. Or am I? Twice a year. When that fur room got so full, I had to get rid of them. I couldn't get another fur in there. No, we definitely don't need more trappers in my area. I got it covered. Damn right he was. You get a little farther north, they taste like spruce, but down here they don't. One through both eye holes and boom shakalaka laka boom. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Well, I'm on my sled running between bush to bush. I scare up a lot of prairie chickens, and those are damn good eating birds too. They like to, when the grader goes by, they sit on the side of the road, and where he takes it right down to the dirt, eh? And you hardly ever see them until you're right on them. But I mean, they only fly 50 yards and then land again. So I mean, I remember when I was a kid sitting in the bush and you'd see them walk by in a straight line, and you'd start at the back and shoot 1, 2, 3, and there was your dinner. Yeah, that's a good point, Dean. I agree with you. Is that where you're from, Cody, Michigan? That'd be something. Michigander. Cool. Well, I've got to go for a piss break now. I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're gonna have to start winding it down. There's only one beer left in there, and I won't take Pete's last beer. I'll take like the 8 up to his last beer, but not the last one. Prison time for killing a wolf, huh? Man, farmers here would probably send me beef packages if I killed one. Hey, Mo. How are you, darling? I'm taking it Mo is a female. I am stellar. Thank you, Mo. How are you? A jaguar? Hmm. Yeah, I don't kill a lot of jaguars out here. Christopher, you take care of yourself, man. I'll see you tomorrow. I gotta save you a seat on the trap line. Oh, excuse me. I sure would have liked to catch that lynx, but I guess it was not to be. But all the dogs I'm taking, maybe the kittens will do better in the spring because there's dogs. You know, I counted that crown. I've taken 50 dogs out of there already this year. I'm kind of hoping those lynx do better because it would be nice if I could, you know, I don't have to catch 100 a year, but it'd be nice if I could pick up a half a dozen lynx a year to instead of dog. Guys wonder why I catch weasel? Because it's nice not to just catch all dogs, right? And the odd fox doesn't bother me either. I know people wanted fox. I got one for Big Dan, and the one he's got's a beautiful red though, and I even skinned out its front legs right to the claws. I didn't leave the claws on. The back legs right to the claws. I left its bottom lip on. Okay, Eli. Thanks for coming out, brother. You have a good night. Give that family a hug for me. Don't hug them hard like I would, though. I don't want to be breaking them or anything. Yeah, I could see that, Don, you know, because those coyotes will eat absolutely anything. I've seen them on a grain bag eating canola until they vomit and then they go eat more. They are an omnivore. They will eat absolutely everything from garbage to caviar, I'm sure. I'm going to have to start getting rid of trash pandas here too. They're all over the place. I just hate raccoons. They're not worth anything up here. Even those big, beautiful prime raccoons I catch are like, man, they try to give you $3 for something you got to flush for an hour. It's ridiculous. Stephen, is you saying you want a red fox for a mount? Because I had a beauty there a couple checks ago. I was trying to get rid of him and not skin him because nice, little, and beautiful. It was a little female, and she was tiny, very tiny and pretty. She would have been a cheap mount, I think. But I skinned her already, so yeah, for sure. The old thing is I can't send it raw across the border if you're in the States. But what I could do is take it to a taxidermy shop and tell you where it is because they want half up front before they even do it. So, and yeah, they'd get it to you. Hell, one of my subscribers, I might even just put the fox in there for nothing. You don't even have to give me nothing for it. Just pay the taxidermist. Amen. I will, Stephen. Next one you see on my video that you want, just call me and tell me. I can't buy anything, man. I don't have any money. Like I said, I got 25 bucks left, so that's 4 more checks on my trap line, so maybe 5. Because I'm full of gas right now. I'm gonna have to bugger off to Yorkton on Monday and see if I can get some income tax money back. Yeah, Steven, just you see I'll take it to a taxidermy shop of your choice up here, and they can send you the mount when it's done. There's no problem there, but you cannot send raw fur across the border. Hey, Bait Ammo, thanks for coming out, man. I'm in Canada. I don't need a red fox. I'm not even trying to catch them, and I got 16 already. Oh, Cody, I'm sorry. I thought it was okay. Never mind. Brain part. Maybe Bud Light does get you drunk a bit. I don't see it, but yeah, Steven, you'd be better off dealing with Cody. I know, like ours are really prime, but I know Michigan's cold too, so their furs are good there too. I don't skin taxidermy because you got to leave the arsehole on and the lips and split the lips, and I don't do that. I fat and fluffy. Yeah, you know I could flush my fox up here with a spoon. There's just nothing on him up here, but Snow White, the hides are beautiful, and like paper. One more time, and then we're gonna call it a night. Yep, somebody. There we go. Got canned pickles. Lloyd, I didn't know you were even still here, man. You're sure quiet. That's not like you at all, man. Have a good night, brother. Thanks for coming out. I'm a stalker. No doubt you are. The whistling stalker. Well, I don't know geography that well, but I don't think Michigan and Wisconsin are as far away from each other as Saskatchewan is from either of them. Pete does not trap. No, he does not. He is one of the worst marksmen I've ever seen in my life, too. I'm thinking if I had to pick someone to shoot me, it would be Pete because he would have to reload the clip. Pretty funny. He had his 762 out here, semi-automatic, one day. We're sitting on the deck, and he brought it out. Had a whole bunch of V8 cans in his garden as targets. He said, "Try this. It don't shoot worth a damn, man. It's way off." And I shouldered it. It had 4 in the clip, 1 in the chamber, 3 in the clip. And I absolutely destroyed 4 of those cans. And I went, "Yeah, it's shooting about a 1/4 inch to the left." But he has other skills, so I mean, he's a good mechanic and he's an awesome dad. And if you need something shot, you can just call me. Although, you know what? They did shoot their own deer this year, so I'm thinking they were well camouflaged and walked right up to him. That's all I can see. I can't see it being any other way. He's listening to everything I'm saying. See, that's what kind of good friend he is. He's not even telling me to shut the fuck up. Yeah, the worst part is I gotta go home and skin 3 coyotes yet tonight. Why cans don't grow into tomatoes? Not sure what that means. But I'm not sure what a lot of stuff means. Ah, I got you. Yeah, he has a pantry here, and when stuff gets old, we just shoot the shit out of it. You should see what that 762 does to a V8 can from 100 yards away. I mean, if I'm shooting, if Pete's shooting, that V8 can will be fine. It was funny as hell because he couldn't hit anything the one day, and he walked in the house. He's got an old McLeod shotgun, 12 gauge shotgun, and he walked all the way off the deck and over to where all these were, and point blank shot a can just so he hit one. It was funny as hell. I'm starting to think Trapper J doesn't want me having lives without him having one at the same time. He's been doing that to me the last couple times, so oh well. We'll do our thing, they can do theirs. Nope, it does not. You either can shoot or you can't. It's a lot harder to shoot something alive than it is to shoot a target, though, too. Thanks, Chad. It's probably because I'm such a brutally handsome, good-looking guy. I'm thinking I got to shave at the end of the season here. And I'm thinking I'm going to shave on Alive. Give you guys all a view of that. He was on last night too, Aaron. And the night before. Okay, Richie. Hey, thanks for coming out, man. You have a good night. I have to shave, Mo, because of what I do for a job. I have to be clean shaven, so. But this is just like since the end of June I started growing this. So I mean I don't have a problem growing hair. I never have, and I never will. Well, I don't know. I don't think the beard matters. The only reason I grow the beard is not so that people listen to me. It's because I don't know if you guys watch my videos or not, but it's damn cold. And this beard keeps my balaclava from freezing to my face. Because I'll tell you what, I had a couple of days like that before I grew it, where I pull my balaclava off and part of my face comes with it. And that's good times and everything. But I mean, thanks, Robert. I appreciate that. I like Trapper J too. We've been friends for a long time. He's my little brother and I'm his big brother, even though he's bigger than me. But I told him size don't mean nothing. I'm still the bigger brother. Cody, I don't even wear a helmet. I don't have to wear a helmet out here, and I won't because I cannot get my rifle up and ready to go lightning quick like I like to with a helmet on. And I have a set of goggles that pop off like a catcher's mask, and I'm good to shoot like very quickly. Because I know you hunt and everything, and you know it, shit don't stand around there and wait for you, right? No, and heated nothing. I don't have heated anything. My house is heated. Nope. Just tough it out, man. I see so many people, they get outside in that cold and they're like, oh, I'm so cold, I'm so cold, it's so cold out here, it's so cold. You know what? If you just quit thinking about the shit and just do your thing, right? Hey, Evie's back. Hi, Evie. Cutest damn goats ever. That's cool. I'm so damn good looking that I got to get this beard off and show you guys. So I think you'll be surprised when you see how different I look. I did a show last, man, I don't remember when it was, March, it's beginning of March, I think I shaved. And yeah, Trapper J thought that was pretty cool. Hello, there we go. Hope you have some more really great days in line before you pack up for this season. I hope I do too. Yeah, they don't know what cold is. I remember a couple years ago I did a video. We got 2 feet of snow, 30 inches of snow in overnight almost, and I went out and played in it. And when I came back to the house, my face was red, and I was laughing, and it was awesome fun on the sled. I remember I went 7 miles, 3.5 miles there and 3.5 miles back, and I was spinning and sliding so much I put over 15 miles on my sled in 7 miles. Yeah, but one thing, Evie, people don't realize about my videos is that I am out for 4 to 5 hours a day when I'm out there. I mean, I'm not out for 20 minutes feeding cattle or whatever. I mean, I'm out for the day, and I've been out in some cold shit. You guys seen my videos where my face is just one big piece of ice. I don't let the cold bother me. If I let the cold bother me, I would never catch any fur, and I would never get out to my line. So, just another day. It's like a Monday. They're all Mondays to me when I'm not working. I mean, I took guys out on my line with me before as co-hosts, and they're trappers, and they needed a warm up here because my line is very long. Like it was 42 miles last year. That's a long line when you're out and God help you if you fall through the ice somewhere, you're done. One more cheers, guys. Got that right, Brad. Hard as fudge. I didn't get this leather face from sitting in a climate controlled office, that's for sure. Cheers, tubby guy. I hate calling you that, Wyatt. I don't know why I did that. Sorry. Well, we're down to 69 people. Well, as soon as I said that, I went to 71. Yep, one of them left. He didn't like that I said it was 71. But he come back. Now it's 71 again. And he left again. What the hell? He's back. Okay, Pete's exaggerating his yawning now, so I'm thinking it's time we shut her down here right away. Finish this beer and smoke, and man, I got dogs to skin tonight. I'm not looking forward to that. Thanks, Robert. Appreciate that. It'll be tomorrow. I might stop at Pete's and upload it just because it takes like, man, not even a fifth as much time here. And I don't have gigabytes come off my, whatever, my package, Wyatt. Later, Brad. Thanks for coming out, brother. I want to see your calling video, so get it on there. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. Mwah to you too, Reaper. Yeah, I hope I have 10 in the morning. It makes it easier setting rams. Hey, Wyatt. Thanks, brother. Hey, Timberline. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have some dogs to skin and I'll come up and have a smoke with you. Yeah, but luckily it's light beer, so I'm not drunk, so. Awesome, I can hardly wait, Brad. Later, guys. Everybody, make sure, no matter what you do, you keep moving forward.